Today we are going to discuss about instructional materials. What is instructional materials? Instructional materials are defined as resources that organize and support instruction, such as textbooks, tasks, and supplementary resources, adapted from Remillard and Heck in 2014. It refers to the human and non-human materials and facilities that can be used to ease, encourage, improve, and promote teaching and learning activities. They are whatever materials used in the process of instruction. Instructional materials are also include assessment and testing methods. Basically, any material, any information containing resources which that the teachers uses while instructing. Now, testing materials don't necessarily contain information, but they help the retention and learning of information, thus they are instructional materials. Sometimes they are a means to an end, the end being the assimilation of information. The importance of instructional materials. The importance of instructional materials or educational resources is to improve students' knowledge, abilities, and skills to monitor their assimilation of information and to contribute to their overall development and upbringing. It's designed to meet the interests of the individual learners from various skills levels. So why do teachers need to use instructional materials? It makes the teacher's task easier and more effective. Instructional materials makes learning available to a wider audience, control the pace of learning, promote better understanding, and help overcome physical difficulties in presenting the subject content. The use of instructional materials has lots of general benefits that guides a greater impact in teaching and learning process. The rules of instructional materials. It plays three main instructional modes, and those are the mass instruction, individualized learning, and group learning. Rules of instructional materials are delivery vehicle for instructional lessons or in a constructivist was a partners in learning process. It helps the learner build more meaningful personal interpretations of life and in the world. And also, it serves as a medium in presenting what the learner knows and what the student is learning. Now, instructional materials are made to comply with the following requirements, and it should be functional, biotechnological, aesthetic, economic, safety, and hygienic. We have the different types of instructional materials. Those are follows: non-projected displays, printed and duplicate materials, projected displays, audio materials, linked audio and still visual materials, film and video materials, computer-mediated materials. Non-projected displays is all visual that can be shown to a class, a small group, or individual student without the use of an optical or electronic projector of any sort, such as chalkboards, marker boards, or flip chart. So those are some examples of non-projected displays. Let's move to, so the chalkboard or marker board, you can use them to write or draw large enough for everyone in the group to see. And also you can keep it clean after you use it. Also, you can use a colored chalk or marker for emphasis. You can use pointer when appropriate. You can erase all irrelevant materials when needed. And at the same time, stand to one side of the board to avoid hiding the essential information when presenting. Next is printed and duplicate materials. is all textual and handouts materials to be used by students or trainees, which can be run off in large numbers by printing machines, photocopiers, and duplicators such as handouts, assignment sheets, individualized story materials. So those are some examples for printed and duplicate materials. Next is projected materials. Is a motion picture, film strips, slides of various sizes, transparencies for overhead projection, and specialized equipment such as rear screen projection or an opaque projector. Next is still projected display. The overhead projector is self-containing, portable, and adaptable to large or small classroom. Normally, you can see this overhead projector set up either it's on the wall or on the ceiling. Next one is audio materials. All the various systems whereby straightforward audio materials can be played to a class, group, or individual. And the example for this is cassettes, radio, podcast, and voice recordings. Next is film and video materials. Media that enable audio signal to be combined with moving sequences, thus enabling a further dimension to be added to integrated audiovisual presentation. And one example for this is the paper motion animation MP4. The next one is computer mediated materials, or the last types of instructional materials. All the various materials that requires a computer of some sort to enable them to be displayed, studied, or used. So those are the different types of our instructional materials that usually teachers use in transferring information to students. Thank you. I hope you learned something from this lesson for today. Have a good day.